An outdoor shoot at high noon. That's what I did. Okay, so this is the little flash I took. This is the camera I took. That's it. Now, I did the natural light shoot, and I'll tell you what, like, I still need work on it. I still need practice with that. It is a skill, but every once in a while, I still need a fill light. I still need that little kick. And I especially needed it at noon on a bright sunny day. It was our first like really warm 80-some degree, bright sunny day. And I built up a sweat, you know, because of this weight. I'm gonna lose it fast this summer. But this is all I used. And I love this setup. I just think it's fantastic. Yeah, like I have to wait for this to recycle if I'm shooting at a quarter, half power, and sometimes full power, but very rarely, because I want to fill. I don't want to make it look like I'm using flash. But yeah, some of them do look like I used flash. Granted, it's okay. But let's get into the shoot and see what I did. This is just a quick one to go over, you know, how I use these together and this little flash and how well it did. It did a great job. And I love this setup for outdoor. You know, high noon, yeah, this is a stretch for a little flash like this, but it worked. You know, I know a lot of people just like, oh, my camera has the dynamic range to pull it out in post. I don't want to do that because I do lose image quality like that. With this, I don't lose image quality. You know, I can pull up the shadows with this. It works fine. It was direct on-camera flash. It just works. So anyway, let's get to the shoot and take a look. So of course I started just with the camera and no flash. This is my result. Believe me, I'm sure you can pull this out in post without a problem with this M11, but I want more of a kick, a little bit of sparkle to the images without just full post-processing. And this little flash gives me what I'm looking for. I dial this thing back, you know, most of the time I'm probably at 1/16th power, which, you know, the recycling is 0. You know, it recycles almost instantly at that power. But, you know, for the darker areas, I took it up to almost up to 1/4, 1/2. I don't think I ever used it at full power through this whole shoot. But, you know, I think the most was 1/4 actually. It works. And this is 2 AAA batteries that lasted this entire shoot. And I didn't have any, oh, wow, it's not recycled yet. But I wanted to show you the before image without the flash and now after with the flash. It looks great. It does a great job. Now, yes, these images were post-processed, but I didn't have to do too much with them. And the color was there, which I really love, the color coming from this camera and this flash. I set my camera to 5400 Kelvin and left it there. I didn't want to have to like worry about auto white balance and it picking up her outfits, the clothing she was wearing, because she did have some different color outfits on. And when the camera picks that up in the auto white balance, it changes the white balance. Now, I do apologize for the video throughout this whole thing. You know, some of it's pretty bad, but I'm just using this little button thing that I had on my shirt for this first part. And the second part, I just put it on my camera bag because it was over my shoulder and it was, you know, it was covered up less, you know, but the angles aren't the best, and I apologize for that. Now, here's one of those, oh dear God, another parking arcade shoot with a girl. I'm so sick of these. For me, back in the day, it was shooting bands, like rock bands, on railroad tracks. It's the same thing. You know, if you got a band you had to shoot, you found railroad tracks and you shot them. Now it's models and you go to a parking garage. And I apologize for putting you through another parking garage set of photos here. But I only did a couple, and then I woke up and said, what the hell are you doing? You know, get out of the parking garage. We had fun in all the situations we went to. This is a store that was, you know, in the area that we're doing. She wanted to go in and change instead of changing in her car. So they let her use one of the fitting rooms. And as we were walking in, she saw this and she goes, oh, this would be cool for like a, you know, old timer type photo. It was kind of cool. This is a green wall, which is really, really cool. Sometimes like the light is absolutely perfect here, but at high noon, like it's harsh. So I did have to dial up the flash to like 1/4 on these shots, which filled in nicely, you know, but it just took a little bit longer to recycle, which not a big deal because I'm not like a rapid shooter. I'm not shooting 20 shots of the same pose. I notice a lot of photographers doing that. And when I watch YouTube videos, like the other thing that they're doing is they're putting the model or subject's head in the center of the frame all the time. And then they crop and post. You know, like you can use, especially if you're using autofocus, it's just going to find your model. It's going to find the face and the eye like nothing. So use that instead of just centering their head and cropping in post. Anyway, this was done on purpose because I wanted that space above her head for the look. But this was, this was a fun shoot for me. And it's a lot of fun because I only had, you know, here's the before the flash. So you can see what it looked like without the flash. And the next one is, you know, with the flash. It makes a huge difference. And I like the look. I think it's a great look. It's not a big softbox or anything like that. I'm just filling in. You know, that's the key here, is don't overpower the person with flash. Just fill in the shadows and let the natural light come in and shine through. They're going to be gorgeous. You know, it doesn't work all the time. You're going to have issues sometimes where the flash just isn't enough or it's just a little too much. Dial it back. You know, step back and try again because I love the natural look of these images with this little tiny flash. And, you know, not carrying big, heavy equipment around was everything. It just made the shoot fun. And yeah, anyway, I hope you enjoyed the shoot. I had a lot of fun with this. This is my favorite setup of all. You know, this 35mm, I never thought I'd be as much of a 35mm shooter as I am now, but I really do enjoy the 35. Thanks for watching.